Let's talk about the time I got scammed by a millionaire. A year ago, I made a few digital paintings of Harry Potter which I posted on Facebook Marketplace. A man eventually sent a message through that post. Let's call him Frank. He asked how much it cost and I gave him the price. An hour later he sent me a Mother's Day themed artwork posted by a popular local Facebook page. He sent it without context, so I jokingly told him Mother's Day was over and asked him if he was still interested in the Harry Potter artworks, to which he replied, yes, but then proceeded to say he wanted an artwork in the form of a meme like the photo he had previously sent. I didn't complain as I believed I could do it anyway. So I asked him if he had any specific theme in mind since he didn't really give me any details about his request. He said he wanted it to be exactly like the photo he previously sent and that the theme would be financial, which is very fitting considering the About page of his now deleted Facebook profile says he's a multi-millionaire. He had a lot of followers, too. Probably around the 100,000s if I remember correctly. A quick Google search of his name would tell you that he's an internet personality, and some of the search results include his videos on YouTube where he has also amassed at least 100,000 followers. Going back to our conversation, he asked me about the price again and mentioned that he's also asking other artists. I told him the price stays the same. I also thought the financial theme was too broad, so I asked him if he could be more specific. He sent me a voice message talking about his Facebook page where he plans to post memes related to business and being a businessman. An example he gave was saving money. He also sent me a link to a Family Guy meme with the caption being related to money, followed by another voice message where he said that the meme is also supposed to be funny and that I could use the Family Guy meme he sent me and change Lois' head to his head. So I did that and changed the caption as well. It took him a while to respond, which was enough time for me to find other funny meme templates and make the caption relevant to the theme of saving money while still trying to be funny. I found one of those Kevin Hart meme templates, downloaded it, and started making the caption. Then I fell into a rabbit hole of more Kevin Hart meme templates that I could use. 4 Kevin Hart memes created later, still no response. I thought it was because my submissions weren't artworks, so I sent him a message reassuring him that I can turn all of those submissions into artworks anyway. Still no response. I sent him another meme before finally turning my first Kevin Hart meme submission into an artwork. I sent it and he said it was too plain. So I revised it, drawing buildings in the background this time. Remember the Family Guy meme where he asked to replace Lois' face with his? He didn't like it since his face was an actual picture instead of a drawing, so I revised that as well. Going back to the Kevin Hart meme, he wanted to have a specific color palette of black and yellow. So I did that. He also didn't like the white bar separating the text from the artwork. So I removed it. He said he'll give me a sample. I waited. 20 minutes later, nothing. So I asked him what kind of background he wanted and he said he wanted it like this, attaching a photo he previously sent, saying he wanted the same vibe and style. That photo had a plain background despite him saying my previous submission was too plain. So I asked him if I should just remove the buildings in the background all over again. He said yes. So I did this, keeping the background colored so at least it isn't plain white. Doesn't respond for the rest of the night. The next morning, I asked him if he was satisfied with my latest submission. He said he'll send me a sample. I told him to let me know what else he wanted me to change. I said this because at this point, I felt he hadn't been communicating well. 8 hours later, he sent a link to another popular local Facebook page that creates memes in the form of an artwork. No context. I asked him what he liked about the style of that Facebook page's memes. He says yes despite my question not being a yes/no question. I repeated the question and told him I'll wait for his reply. 30 minutes later, he responded with a photo from that Facebook page. Again, no context, so I asked what he liked about it and even gave him choices like color and font size. 19 hours later, no reply, so I sent him a message saying I'll wait. 4 hours after that, I asked for updates. He replied with another artwork. No context. I asked him what he wanted me to do with it. I also made it clear that I will wait for further instructions so I can understand how he wants the artwork to be. He says he wants the artwork to be in that style. He also revealed that that artwork was made by another artist and that there is a contest. A contest that he never gave any details about before or even after this point of the conversation. A contest I can only assume is a me versus other artists he talked to kind of contest. A contest I was never made aware of. But I said okay. Then I asked him what he wanted me to change with my previous submission, which, in my defense, was also a cartoonish 2D painting like the photos he had sent. I mean, surely he wouldn't or shouldn't ask me to make a carbon copy of the style of the artworks from those Facebook pages, right? If I did that, my artwork and his page would just be ripping off of that other Facebook page, right? I also asked him what contest he was talking about cause I didn't want to keep assuming. No answer. So I told him I'll cater to my other clients while waiting for his reply. I also mentioned that it was my mistake I forgot to talk about revision fees, which ultimately led to the many unpaid revisions I tolerated, but I had to use the rest of my time for other clients and other responsibilities in my personal life. He reacted to the message but never replied. So there I was for a while, thinking I failed or that I was too incompetent for not being able to understand what he wanted. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, I had long since forgotten about all of this when I got into Reddit to search for more potential clients. Before I could begin typing anything in the search bar, I saw a few posts being recommended to me as it was popular to people in my country at the time. One of those posts was about Frank and that he was selling fake ids. A quick search for his name on Reddit reveals a lot of people calling him a fraud and a scammer, but what caught my attention the most is a link in the comments of one of those posts. Clicking that link takes you to a TikTok video of a girl whose sister is a video editor who once had Frank as a client. Frank had apparently said he'll pay a total of 5,000 pesos for 50 reels. The sister accepted the challenge, but due to never-ending revisions on the first video, she was unable to complete the 50 reels, so she was never paid for her time, effort, and revisions. See the pattern. Many other people on Reddit also say that Frank tends to get freelancers to create content for him without really paying them.